All right, we are live. Live. Hi, everybody. Good to see you here on this beautiful Saturday. And it's a special day. It's exciting. I had a great conversation with what some people call the Martha Stewart of cannabis cooking. And I was lucky enough for her to send me her book. It just got here today. And I'm really excited because she also agreed to join us today. You remember Linda, right?
Hi.
And we have Stacy. Hi, Stacy. Nice to see you.
Hello, nice to see you guys.
The CBD recipe guru. Stacy, thanks so much for sending the book.
Aw,
First of all,
thank
I know
you.
we just recently met each other and we had a call because we connected on so many different levels with our love of food and CBD and healing
Right.
without the high. And it was just really great to connect with you. And I sent you, we did an exchange. You sent me a book. I sent you some CBD. So I'd
I
love
love
to kind of exchange that. But first of all, I was really taken back by the book because it's the CBD recipe guru. So I really only expected recipes, which they're really exciting, and they're like everything from appetizers to desserts, side dishes, even like sprays, flavored sprays to like really creative. I don't want to steal your thunder here, but I was really taken back not only by all the different recipes, but there's a lot of education in here too. Um, so Stacy, tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you get into this?
Wow. Well, I guess I have to go all the way back to when I was a hippie wannabe and I lived in Oregon and my friends were hippies on a commune and I learned all about, marijuana and growing it and how to extract it and all this stuff. So that was kind of where I first got into that. And so I grew all my own food and I canned it and I used to even can quarts of salsa with pot in it and quarts of Mexican, Italian sauces. And everybody goes, oh, please, can we come over and eat your goodies, So because I learned, I mean, who cans a whole quart of pot, with I did, so I canned hundreds of quarts of foods and I grew it all and dried it all. And but I, interspersed in all that was all my knowledge, my edible knowledge of marijuana and cannabis through my hippies. So that's how I really got introduced to it originally. And of course, I smoked it, and I remember talking to you about it. And I think a word that really describes a lot how I feel today about it is it distracts me too much to get, really high. And so, and then, fast forward to today where I'm older and I have all these health problems. And of course, I've always been a foodie as well. So I have to back up there. I wrote another cookbook and a long time ago, and I've manufactured Mexican food. I had my own line, Cactus Kid. My grandmother had her own Mexican restaurant. So I kind of grew up in that whole foodie thing. So I'm always a foodie. And I taught at the Culinary Institute and private chef and things like that. But I just I got into a place where I got older and I am older and I wanted to eat healthier. Like I got myself in a situation where I was taking care of other people and I wasn't taking care of myself.
Mm.
And so I gained a lot of weight and I was inactive. And then it messed up my whole body. Like then I had constant pain with my joints and my knees and my back and it was excruciating, and I was a wimp because I couldn't take, opioids and drugs they give you all the time. And I wanted something different. And so I got into CBD and no one taught you anything about it. I mean, that's what I love about what you do, Steve, because you have so much education. But I couldn't find any education. They just had all these shops and you buy CBD and you don't even know what it is. And I just bought this stuff that I didn't know what it was. I got so sick. And then I took so much because I had so much pain that I literally I'm a paralegal part-time and I was in front of my boss and I was sitting there and I had taken all this CBD and I literally fell asleep in front of him. I just took so much CBD because that was the only side effect that I personally noticed, besides maybe like, like kind of the taste, and kind of having reactions to the taste. But this, you can it's great for sleep, so
Yeah,
among other things.
that's one of the things we talk about is like when people are first starting out, there isn't like a recommended dose that's universal. So when when you've hit your top end is when you get sleepy.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly. Well, especially in front of your boss, Bonk, So like, okay, that's too much. I know my top end, So, but anyhow, so like I just got into that, and then I, with the help of doctors and modern medicine and dietitians, I just turned my life around, and I lost 143 pounds.
Wow.
Which is like another whole person. And so, I mean, now I've never been the size that I am now is what I remember when I was a teenager in Oregon with the hippies. That's how long ago it was.
That's a great story.
I mean, it just blows my mind. And so, anyhow, so it just, I mixed the healthy foods with the CBD, and it just kind of, I kind of got into it that way. So that's why I'm the CBD recipe guru. And because I've written another cookbook, and I'm into food, it's easy for me to write recipes. But getting the CBD incorporated for the recipes, it wasn't easy at all, really. I mean, it's when you go through that book, Stephen, you'll see what it just, I do a total amount for the whole recipe, and then I break it down to how many servings, and that's how much you're going to get per serving based on whatever, intensity of the medicine you're getting, whatever your CBD amount is that you're getting. So it was a lot, but I did it based on me. I mean, I ate all those foods. Like, they're all kitchen tested. I mean, I'm a foodie. I like to still eat, but I've learned to, control a lot of things. So I had all this great energy, and I've been swimming and all this. I mean, I just feel like I'm a whole new person. And the CBD balanced me out so much that, my endocannabinoid system is all got my homeostasis going on, and I didn't have that before. I mean, I was out of kilter. I was out of whack in so many ways, all the stress, the anxiety, not sleeping, having pain, having inflammation. I mean, I had it all. And so that's why I really love the CBD, and how I feel like it's sort of miraculous to me. And it's something that, I don't get distracted like I would if I took opioids and smoked a ton of pot, like I would get distracted with my cognitive abilities. I mean, I'm a paralegal. I got to have my head screwed on. I go into court, I go into prison. I need to know what I'm talking about. I can't be out of whack. And so, like I was telling you, not everybody wants to get high. I mean, some people want to get healthy, not high, and that was me. I want to get healthy, not high. Now, I mean, there's a time and a place for everything, for having a cocktail, for smoking a joint, but it's not a doctor who's getting ready to operate on you, or it's not a lawyer going, it's not a lawyer going in front of the judge to defend you, smoke a joint before you can't always function your best if you're stoned all the time, or if you're drunk. You can't drive. So, and I had parents who were real abusers of alcohol and smoking. I mean, my immediate family, my mom and dad together smoked 8 packs a day.
Wow.
I grew up with each one smoked 4 packs, and I was in a house with 8 packs burning a day. I mean, and they were alcoholics. So that whole lifestyle was something I grew up going, I don't want to be like this, like I want to be healthy. And then they died from results of alcoholism and smoking, so like, I don't want that for me. So that's why I took a different path. So
well, good for you. And, it's always like that. It's hard to give someone that desire to want a different lifestyle. It's an internal decision that people have to make because it's a choice.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I mean, obviously there's certain circumstances where, people may not feel that they have a choice, but it is an internal drive that you have to want to be healthy. You have to want that quality of life that you aren't having. And it takes a lot of focus and motivation to transform and move yourself and have that vision from where you are to seeing another life.
Oh yeah. I mean it, and you know, when you think about, like, I really had a lot of pain and I couldn't walk. I mean, it was really horrible. And then I was 140 pounds heavier. So I had my knee replaced. I mean, I've been cut on a lot. And before doing all of that, this is what made me go, oh, what am I doing? You know, like, you go into the pain clinics and they give you injections in your spine to numb you so then they can do other things, you know, but that it's so intense. It's like a operation kind of a thing. And when they first did it to me, they put all these anti-inflammatories and stuff. But when they first did it all to me, um, I I didn't realize how intense that was, and I felt this stuff go through my spine, and I thought my toes were going to explode. And I immediately, not
Wow.
even knowing what was happening, I opened up my mouth and I dropped a big F-bomb to the whole operating room with everybody. I go, you know, and I couldn't believe it. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, but it turns out that I had, so the next time I went to have the shot, I realized, oh my gosh, I had so much anxiety thinking that I was going to go and have this thing happen to me again, that I took all this CBD because I was I'm trying to find other solutions. So I took
Mhm.
all this CBD, and all of a sudden I remember sitting there and I didn't, you know, that's the thing about CBD. It's like, you know, the problems that you have before you take CBD, but then after you take CBD, it's not like you really feel anything. It's just you realize, you don't even feel it, almost you realize the absence of the issue that you were dealing with. It's all of a sudden gone. So I'm sitting there in the waiting room waiting to go in and have this injection again, and I had all this CBD, right? And I just remember having no anxiety, no pain, so relaxed, you know. And the lady says, now I remember what happened to you last time, are you okay? And I go, what do you mean? Okay, I'm fine. Like, you know, so I just, you know, so and I, then afterwards, you know, I got it and I was just in such a good place before I got it. And I thought, what am I doing? It's like, I'm having to medicate myself to go in and get, you know, traditional medication, like, because of the anxiety and everything was so much. So I thought, why should I do that? So I stopped doing that. And then I just started doing CBD, and it was such a better choice. Like, it was kind of like my aha moment, if you will, you know?
Mhm.
So,
That's
That's
great. Well,
amazing.
there's so much more that we want to say. Linda, did you have any questions? Because I know we wanted to keep this short today, and there's so much more to talk about. And believe me, we're going to have more of Stacy and Linda to talk,
I have a
you know, as
million
the days go.
questions. I have a million questions about your journey. I have a million questions about the recipes. And,
yay.
but first and foremost, like, I think your story is amazing. And I'm so happy that you found this and it works for you and that you've
Thank
been able to transform your health and your well-being. And thank you for
you.
sharing your story. I'm sure it's an inspiration to a lot of people. So I definitely want to hear more about everything you've learned as you've gone through this.
Thank you.
Great. All right. So I'm going to end the broadcast, but stay in this room real quick because I'm testing some uploading stuff here. So I'm just going to end this, and we'll see you everybody soon. Stacy will be back,
Okay.
and we'll hang on.